Hi, it's Mr. Kostenbader with our second drawing series here of drawing with shapes. If you haven't seen my first video, please go back and watch it. I showed you how to draw the Twitter logo using shapes. Okay, it's very important that you learn to draw with shapes because one, you're simplifying what you're drawing. You're not overwhelmed with a contour line drawing that if you get one little angle off, your Twitter ends up looking like a squashed chicken. Okay, so we're using shapes. We're looking at symmetry, which this does not have other than the first circle that we drew, and also lines. Okay, so make sure you watch that if you didn't watch it already. And we're going to move on to our second drawing, which is Flapjack, right? Is that what the app's called? No, it's called Snapchat, right? Everybody has that, just about. Okay, we are still looking at shapes. Use them, shapes, like circles, squares, rectangles, triangles. Okay, describe line. What types of lines do we see? Okay, and also we are looking to see if your shape is symmetrical, meaning it's the same on each side. Okay, just like the Twitter logo, I have never drawn this logo before, and that's what's so great about this approach to drawing. It's so simple that it's hard to believe how much easier it's going to be to start creating your shapes. Again, I'm going to remind students, do not trace. Tracing is not a good practice because you're not building confidence. All right, your brain's telling yourself that you can't do it, and you really can do it. It's not that difficult. All right, and once you have a few successes with these, you're just going to keep getting better at it, more accurate, and you're going to get faster at it as well. All right, so let's get to drawing here. And you're welcome to draw this with me, or just watch the whole video and then rewind it, and then you can draw it together with me again. So a lot of my videos, I would recommend, there's so much information that you're getting visually. Watch it 3 to 5 times if you need to. All right, because there is a lot of information and it's easy to miss. Okay, let's get to drawing. So, let's ask ourselves a few things. Do you see any shapes in this logo? We obviously have a square, right? But let's just ignore the square for now. All right, look at it. I see a circle here. Maybe part of a straight edge here. I see another circle here. I see kind of a triangle here. These angles here. You see that? It's also symmetrical. These are basically rounded. You could use these as rounded triangles. Okay, so just a few more shapes that we have to add, but not difficult at all. Okay, and remember, I've never drawn this before. So what I'm going to do first, and I always do this for symmetrical shapes, I'm going to draw a line. This is my center line. Next, I'm going to draw some of my bigger shapes. Now, there's a couple ways I could do this, but I think I'm going to start with this triangle, just because this is curved in. So I'm going to start with that, just to start building up my shapes. Now, I am drawing lightly, so it's easier to correct. You notice I have 3 or 4 different sketchy lines here. Okay, I'm drawing very loosely with my arm. That doesn't matter. Okay, don't worry about perfection right now. We can fix that later. So there's my triangle. The next larger shape, I would say, is the top of this head shape. Okay, this circle. I also can notice that where this circle crosses is about in the middle. So another tip I give students is finding called a midpoint. So about in the middle of this circle, you can use your fingers. That's about where that circle is going to land. Okay, one here and a smaller one here. Do you see that? So I'm going to draw this circle. It looks like it goes a little bit above this triangle. I'm going to get real close to my paper and start making this circular movement here. There's my circle. Okay, I should also add, I've been doing this for 30 years. So mine are gonna probably look better than most of yours, but that's just because of the amount of practice that I put into it. So persevere, don't give up, okay? Do your very best. You will improve, I promise. Here's a smaller circle below it. They almost touch. And it goes below. I noticed it goes below this triangle that I drew. Okay, it doesn't look like this Snapchat logo yet, but it will in a few minutes. We have other circles here and here, parts of them, just parts of them that we're going to be using. And to copy circles, what I will do is, let's say I want to copy another circle over here. You can move over top of one, move your arm over, and as long as you don't move your wrist, it's almost like you're a photocopier. You can copy exactly the same movement with your arm, of course, okay, to create that. So do you see how that's starting to create the bottom of our logo? Okay, we got another little triangle here. That's a really minor one, but we'll put it in there. You see how that just kind of diverts up? Okay, then we got our bumps out here. The triangle is like a bent triangle. Do you see that on the sides? So we're going to bring that out a little bit. And as you start doing these on your own, they'll even make more sense. Some of this might look a little confusing to you because I'm thinking in my mind what I need to do. But when you do it, it'll make more sense. Okay, and then the last thing are these ears or whatever they are. They're just kind of like, I don't know, you could draw them as bent triangles. I might even draw a line going across just to make sure they're level to each other. And just kind of almost like a cylinder shape coming out. And then I could just round this. This is just rounded. And the sides of this, I notice, are straight, almost like a bowler hat, it almost looks like. Also, I encourage your parents to watch these too. Like if they want to draw with you, go for it. Have them draw with you. Maybe your parents didn't get a chance to take art in school. It's a lifelong gift. It really is. It's something you can do your entire life. So there you have it. There's the basic Snapchat logo. I'm going to, again, go over it with a Sharpie. You don't have to go over it with a Sharpie. I'm just going to do it maybe so you can see it a little bit better on camera. Okay, there's the Snapchat logo. The last thing that I'd like to mention about these drawings, since you're going to be submitting them eventually, not right now, but at the end of the week, is that you leave all construction lines in. Do not erase. Leave all of these construction shapes in your work. You could certainly outline everything with a Sharpie or go over darker with a pencil, but I would like to see you keep all remaining lines and symmetry in your work. And so that I know you watched the video, at the top, please write snap 1. Snap 1 at the top of your artwork so that I know you watched the video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my next video drawing Mickey Mouse.